you know, I have no foundation on my face. I don't even have concealer. All I have is this. I just bronzed, and then the other part of my face that is naturally brighter just looks like I highlighted. It looks like my makeup is done. Like, I'm shook. Okay, come through.
Apply contour to the cheekbone, along the forehead, the jawline, and the nose. Apply highlight in the areas you want to enhance with the face sculpt brush. Don't forget the chin and underneath the cheekbone. Blend the forehead in a straight motion and the cheekbones in an angled motion. Use the nose sculpt to blend your nose contour, and you can also use it to blend your cream highlight. Bake the side of the nose, underneath the nose, and underneath the cheekbone, and leave it on for a few seconds. Contour the lips for some dimension, and that's it.
Sick of cakey makeup looks, so I've been using this technique and I'm obsessed. All at once, apply all your cream products just like this. The key is to use a setting mist. This stops the product from drying out so you can blend it. But it also infuses the makeup with the setting power of your setting spray. So now I'm going to start blending, and I start with the concealer because that's the lightest color, and it's really easy to blend because it's nice and wet from the setting spray. When blending, the products go from light to dark, so I started with concealer, moving on to now foundation, and then the blush, then bronzer and contour. Along the way, feel free to mist your face as you go to re-dampen everything. The great thing about this is instead of applying foundation over your whole face and then applying concealer on top of that, blush on top of that, contour on top of that, and bronzer on top of that, this is technically a single layer of makeup, even though I'm wearing...
And some of y'all don't know what a light hand is when blending your concealer, and that's why it's not giving you the look that you wanted to give you. Sorry y'all, had to take the little beauty filter off, but look at this. You see that? Literal light hand padding. Light hand. And you just want to start by, you know, buffing out the end, like really getting that nice and smooth. Like this side compared to this side, just getting that really light. And I think that's why y'all not getting that really soft look. Like y'all, if you can see, I'm like just barely tapping. I'm adding my cream contour now, but y'all just look how smooth it is. Light padding on the ladies.
Makeup. Today we're doing cakey girl makeup. First we are starting with a medium to full coverage foundation. I am using the Too Faced Born This Way matte. Now to highlight and contour, I've used the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Maple and the Fenty Beauty matchsticks in the shade Caviar. I know some people say it's too hot to wear a full face of makeup, which can be true, but there is a way to apply it so that it stays all day and doesn't melt off your face. Clean girl makeup is very much cute too, but this is for the girls that want to look a little bit more glam. A bright under eye is an absolute must. And of course, we're gonna pack on the blush. This is the e.l.f. Putty Blush in the shade Fiji. You can't be a cakey girl without baking, so of course I use my favorite setting powder, the Huda Beauty one in the shade Blondie. Bronzing with Fenty Beauty Figment. Of course, we have got to give ourselves a rhinoplasty. You already know we had to put the big blinks on. You can definitely go matte or glossy. I love lip gloss, so I'm going glossy. Now of course we have to set the face so it doesn't melt off. I'm going to be using Charlotte Tilbury. And here is
voice in my head telling me that I'm such a bad makeup artist that doesn't know what she's doing, but so many of you actually love this tutorial, which makes me so happy. So let me explain the eyes in a little bit more depth. After mapping out my eye with concealer, I like to go in with cream bronzer. I use my Jordana T-shirt bronzer duo, the cream part, and I map out the shape of my shadows and start my nose contour. Then taking the only palette I ever use, my Jordana T-shirt Nude Divinity palette, and go over that bronzer and using the shade Divinity here, and I like to pull this up into the brow bone as well. Prepping the lid with some concealer and then packing the shade Luna over the top of this. And I forgot to mention Jordana T-shirt is my brand, so if you like the look, go and check it out. Onto eyeliner, you'll notice that I change the direction of my brush depending what look I want. So when I want a thinner line, I go from the longest angle and pull it outwards. But don't be fooled, eyeliner takes me ages and I do really struggle with it. Okay, then I cleaned up under the eyeliner and prepped for shadows. Then using the shades Celine, Iris and Nova from my Jordana T-shirt Nude Divinity palette and using them to smoke out that liner. Going from the darkest shade at the top to the lightest shade at the bottom and using a clean brush in between just to give a really diffused look. Sometimes the most simple techniques are the most effective I find with makeup. Once the skin was done, I just took a little bit of the shade Iris under the eye and yeah, there's a finished look. Thank you for watching.